Hello my friends, I'm GHondo. It is time once again to play some Judgment. Hello my friends, welcome back to Judgment. We are now actually in Alpha 15. The game has been updated since the last time I recorded. I'll try to remember all the changes. There's quite a few and some of them don't really matter because they have to do with the beginning of the game. For example, they were saying whenever you generate a map now, it guarantees at least 2 or 3 of the ones around you are pretty easy, although that seemed to happen anyway, so not a big deal. The more important changes, there's a change to the way health is like when you take damage from the monsters. There's now normal damage, which heals up after combat, and lasting damage, which can only be healed by resting at the base or at the infirmary, which I don't actually have one of, and I probably should build one. So that's a huge change, and there's also a change when there's a incoming attack. You now get 2 warnings about it. I don't really see the point of that change myself, but I guess somebody must have asked for it. So anyway, let's get going here. Clearly at the end of the last episode I was getting in the next forest in preparation for this one to get chopped down. And I do want to have an infirmary, so I am going to build another house. I'll plunk that down here somewheres. Put the speed up. Because I mean, they still do heal when they're just resting at the base, but it's not very fast. So, if we ever do get, attacks incoming right after I've come back from a combat mission, for example, and I need to rest up, I'd like to be able to have an infirmary to do that in. So we'll get that going. Let me think if there's anything else. There was some slight change. You'll notice maybe, and I noticed this right away, but they slightly changed the name of equipment. Now you have tiers and rarities. So basically, as far as I can tell, people can use common or uncommon things without special skills, but can't use the rare stuff. Do I have anything that's rare? No, that's just uncommon. I don't think I have anything that's... Well, there's a rare. Okay, so I'm wrong about that. So anyone can use bows. So I guess it's not that. It's just harder to get, I guess. So I don't 100% understand how it determines the tier and rarity and what actual effect that has, but I had just noticed that the names of skills had changed, so that's where I went hunting and noticed the tiers had changed as well. But overall, not a huge deal, so that's fine. Do I have another Kevlar done? I do. There you go, have a Kevlar. Alright, that house is done. Let's get an infirmary going. And I think I'm going to add another bed and food table down here as well. Even though this one's kind of close. But for anyone that's doing any of the work in these farms over here, that'll be a bit quicker. And Bertha has leveled up. You are clearly pistols. Done. So we have a sniper rifle for Harry. I'm not sure if I'm going to bother ever switching him to the 50 cal. I don't have enough obsidian for it anyway, but obviously the damage is much higher, but the attack speed's even slower, so I'm not sure if I'm going to bother with that or not. I mean, I guess there's also a slight range increase, but that's not really that big a deal. So I don't know about that. Mostly, though, I need to get him in the actual combat group, which requires advanced logistics, so that's what I'm waiting on now. At 2160. In terms of the occult side, there's really not a heck of a lot happening over here that I'm interested in. I might at some point pick up weapon blessing through extreme crafting. I probably won't really bother with anything else here because it's really not necessary. pick up Mutate Soul. I remember looking through and there wasn't anybody that screamed that they needed to be changed, so it's not really critical. I have 18 people, so I'm willing to go up to 20, so it's possible I may rescue somebody that does require some mutating. And if that's the case, then we'll do that, but otherwise I'm not too concerned about bothering with that. Oh, and the other thing, if somebody will actually come and use the training ground, is they actually have the attack animations back, which they had in a much earlier alpha, and then it disappeared for a while for some reason. But so it's back now, which is very nice. Alright, let's see if you are rescuable. Demons, succubi, ghosts, and possessed. Sure. We can handle that. Let's go rescue this person. Like I said, I'm willing to go up to 20 people, and I have 18 right now, so... Oh, that was the other things I should have mentioned, is traders now have more things. Like, they'll tend to come with 16 instead of 14, and the quality is much closer. It's now linked to your day number, so like the difficulty setting. So, just much better equipment now. You have an assault rifle. I don't think I have anyone with rifles and advanced rifles other than Harry. And he's a sniper, so we're not going to use him. And it's a shame, too, because I don't... If Andy had rare tech weapons, I could give her the transmutation gun, which is a much better Uzi. Sadly, they don't. I don't know. Did anyone have dark armor? Especially in the combat group. Because that movement speed is very nice. Doesn't look like it. Nope. Okay. So nobody can... At least not of the combat group. I could get it from one of the people here, but it's much less important, so I'm not going to bother. And they actually have obsidian. Well, if I am going to get the 50 cal, I need 25 of that. So we'll do that. I could actually buy holy words too, which are used for the blessed pistols, which saved me a lot of effort and struggle in picking them up. Oh, we can get rid of that. We decided that was junk. Get rid of that. So I could pick up some holy words. I don't think I'm going to right now, but that is something I may pick up at some point. Oh, I've never seen that before, even when I was playing a little bit of my practice game. I guess that just somehow summons another survivor to rescue. Well, we're already in the middle of doing that, so we don't really need one right now. I'm not sure it's worth spending 600 just for it. Alright, what shall I sell you? Well, we can sell you some of this alcohol. We don't need all that. We need some of this cloth. We don't need that. Bunch of extra herbs we don't need. Other than that, some hides, we don't need that. We don't need all this medicine. Okay. Well, that should do. Yeah, sell you a bit more herbs. There, now you're officially paying me. And giving me obsidian, which is very nice of you. Alright, that'll do. Anyway, let's go back to rescuing this person. It's going to be a nighttime one. That's okay. Oh, the other thing in this update is there's now a kind of a defense mode where you can preset where people go. I'm obviously doing it wrong because I can't figure out how to make it work. And one more thing is things that by their description sounded like they should have had abilities now actually do have auras. So that's what this little glow is. So anyone that the succubus gets close to, if they're male, starts having penalties. But you'll notice as well lasting damage. So every time the succubus hits, 40% of that damage is what's considered permanent damage that can only be healed by resting at base or an infirmary, medkits will not solve it. It'll still bring them up to that point, but not all the way. So you can see all these things have 40% because they're all pretty nasty. But anyway, let's take these guys down. And you can kind of see it on Andy. You see how there's the green bar, which is current health, but then there's the white bar, and that's maximum health. So even if I healed Andy right now, she'd only go up to here, not all the way to full, because she has lasting damage now. Speaking of healing her, I think that is exactly what we're going to be doing. So you can see that even though we're doing just fine, like, Andy's health is now, like, really kind of bad. So we will definitely have to go back to heal. I mean, we would anyway, but we definitely have to go back to heal. And in fact, I think I want Andy to not be in front much more. I'll probably have Andy open the cage, just to keep her out of the worst of the damage. Once I find said cage, that is. This is a very tough map to see on. There's lots of junk blocking lines of sight. Which makes it very, very tricky to find stuff. So we'll almost certainly have another wave on the map by now. Which is unfortunate. Okay, where is this stupid cage? Seriously. Okay, there it is. Alright, so Andy, come over here and do the cage. Everybody else kind of gather in a bit. Most of them are going to be coming around from up here, and some will come from over here, so not really sure where to put Timmy. I guess we'll just put you. Actually, you have the longest range weapon. You should stay out furthest away. Oh, a lich. They're pretty nasty, because they have splash damage, so plus on hit penalty. So they are pretty nasty. And Skeet is horny for the succubus, so he's getting massive penalties there. It certainly makes the game more challenging. It's interesting. That's kind of cool. There's another wave coming because this is slowed right down. Another succubus. Ooh, a fallen angel. A couple of fallen angels. They are just really nasty. Mostly because they have incredible range. Like, that's comparable to a sniper rifle. Thankfully, there's not so many of them, and they don't have any protection in front of them, so... Alright, and there's one more wave coming, because that slowed right down. In the meantime, Ronald the Priest, who is a saint, which basically just means he avoids damage but also deals less damage, and a coward, which means he deals even less damage, so he is never going to be in the combat group, so that's pretty obvious. I didn't notice anything new in terms of like quirks or skills or whatever you call them. There might be, and I just haven't found one yet, but I'm pretty sure there isn't in this new update. Alright, let's start getting out of here. I know for a fact there is another wave on the map somewhere. I just haven't a clue where they are. There they are. Yeah, except for you, you are going to hang back. Actually, so is Andy, because you're really low on health. Who was the other doctor? Oh, it was Andy yourself, wasn't it? Yeah, heal yourself up. Again, except for Ronald, who will stay. And Andy, who will kind of hang back a bit. Everybody else, let's take down this angel as quick as we can. Preferably before that Legion gets here. Alright, let's get out of here. That should be everybody. Unless it pops another wave while we're running, but that should be everything. If there's any map we're going to get jumped on because of low sight lines, it'd be this one. But thankfully everyone's in a tight group. Yeah, there is another group coming. Okay, Ronald, you hang back. Andy, you hang back. Everybody else, start shooting. Oh wow, it's huge groups. Alright, Timmy, back up a bit. Let them come in a bit closer. Let's get some more people over here to help. Alright, there we go. Alright, let's continue getting out of here. Hopefully that's the last of them. Should be right at the exit. I think even if a group comes in now, I'll just run from it. Yeah, we're out of here. Okay. You see Andy's, because of that lasting damage, he's already at most at half health. A couple of those, that's cool. Alright, so Ronald, let's get you a gun, some armor, and a med pack. In terms of what you can work on, you're not really amazing at anything, so you can be a farmer, I guess. Really doesn't matter what else. You're not going to be doing much else but farming, so that's fine. Oh, maybe I don't have enough of these. Alright, well, we'll build some more of those. We'll build a few more of those. That way people don't have to use these. Ambrosia's being seen. Well, even though Andy's wounded, I don't think that should be too tough a fight. So I think we can go do that. Without using the infirmary first, I think we'll be okay. There's only 6 of them, and none of them are particularly scary. Plus, Andy is healing as they walk. It's very, very slow. She might gain a hit point in that walk, but anyway. She'll be fine. Coming relatively separated, so very easy. Yeah, no problem at all. I don't think we even took any damage there, and if we did, it was really, really minor. That's going to do it for this episode. Thank you for watching, and until next time, have a good one. See ya.